Good morning, everybody. Yesterday in our collective worship, we thought about journeys and how journeys always give us those new and different experiences. Sometimes they might be fun experiences. Other times they might be things that we wouldn't choose. But we don't know until we've grabbed the opportunity and been on that journey. And we also thought, didn't we, about how God is with us on the journey of life. So we're going to carry on thinking about that theme today. And today we're going to be thinking about how sometimes we need to step out of our comfort zone to take on those new challenges, even when it can seem frightening. Now, I went into Mr. Dunsford's class yesterday and the boys were looking at some clips of people who had stood at the top of very tall buildings on glass floors, so that when they looked down, it looked as if they were suspended in midair. And Mr. Dunsford also told me about a building which I hadn't heard of, where you can actually lean on some glass off the edge of the building and go forward, so it feels like you're kind of falling into the sky. And we were talking, or the boys were talking, about how some of them were very frightened by that, and some of them thought that it would be quite exciting. And Mr. Dunsford admitted that he thought he'd find it quite scary to do something like that. And it made me think about things like bridges. And some of us can feel quite apprehensive when we walk across a bridge. I know I've been on bridges before that have been quite narrow. The air has been blowing backwards and forwards, and I've felt quite anxious and apprehensive. Some of you may have had the experience of being on a river or a stream and walking across the stepping stones. And it's great, it can be exciting, the water's going past, you can see where you're going, but sometimes the stepping stones can be a little bit slippery, so you're a little bit anxious about, will you make it to the other side? So you might be scared that you'll slip and end up in the water, or you might be scared that the bridge won't quite hold your weight and you won't get to the other side. So you can be scared or you can be excited. But just like what we were talking about tomorrow, whatever your feelings are, you'll never be able to experience what's on the other side of the river or the other side of the bridge unless you take that plunge, climb onto the bridge, step onto the stepping stones and make your way to the other side. So, in just the same way, we can feel frightened about moving forward into new situations in our lives. I know that our year sixes are only going to be with us for a few more weeks, so many of you will be thinking already about that transition to secondary school. Our year fives, some are in their second day with us today. Other year five children are coming in on Thursday, and they may also be feeling frightened about this or apprehensive. It's called having mixed feelings. I remember when I was the head teacher here on my first day starting at Horsell, I felt very excited and I couldn't wait to get going, but I was also a little bit nervous as well because it was a start of a new experience for me in my professional life. But often we find we might have mixed feelings, but things are better on the other side. Sometimes when we're feeling a little bit anxious or unsure, so maybe when we're walking across those stepping stones, someone can hold out their hand to help us. In the same way, when we're moving to a new place or a new activity, people will always be there to help us. So remember, if you're a year five child coming into your new bubble, the teacher is there to help you. Year six children thinking about going on to secondary school, you can talk to your bubble teacher about that and ask them questions if you're feeling a little bit anxious. So what does the Bible say about this kind of thing? Well, for Christians believe that God is always close to us and will never leave us. So for Christians, when we're going through these times of transition in our lives, we know that whatever happens, God is standing with us. It's almost like he is holding our hand. Now, there are lots and lots of passages in the Bible that talk about this, so I'm going to read a few of them to you now. So the first passage from the Bible that I'm going to read is from one of the Psalms, Psalm 139, and it's up to verse 10. So here we go. God knows everything. Lord, you have examined me. You know all about me. You know when I sit down and when I get up. You know my thoughts before I think them. You know where I go and where I lie down. You know about everything that I do. Lord, even before I say a word, you already know what I'm going to say. You are all around me, in front and at the back. You have put your hand on me. Your knowledge is amazing to me. It is more than I can understand. Where can I go to get away from your spirit? Where can I run from you? If I go up to the skies, you are there. If I lie down where the dead are, you are there. If I rise with the sun in the east and settle in the west beyond the sea, even there you would guide me. With your right hand you would hold me. There is another part of the Bible where we're reminded that not only is God with us, but he will help us and he will give us strength. So this part of the Bible is taken from Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. And it says, "So, don't worry, because I am with you. Don't be afraid, because I am your God. I will make you strong and will help you. I will support you with my right hand that saves you." So both in the Psalm and in that passage from Isaiah, we have that image, don't we, of God there with his hand helping you, just like someone might help you across those stepping stones to get to the other side of the river. And the final little bit that I'm going to read to you is a little bit from Philippians, and that's Philippians chapter 4, verse 19. And this is where God promises that whatever our problems may be, he will meet all of our needs. My God will use his wonderful riches in Christ Jesus to give you everything you need. So some reassuring words there for everybody from the Bible. So let's just have a pause for thought. Are you worried about a new challenge that you're about to face? Remember, most people feel apprehensive about new situations. However, new experiences are a springboard into the future and the excitement that lies ahead. So now we're going to say a prayer. If you would like to make it your prayer, please say Amen at the end. If you do not wish to pray, just listen to the words and think your own thoughts. Dear God, sometimes we feel scared when we face new situations. Please help us to have the courage to try new things. Help us to realise that you are with us in everything we do. Amen. If you'd like to sing a song, go to the front page of the website where we've posted up My Lighthouse, which is one of Mrs. Vaughan's favourites. I hope you have a lovely day. I look forward to seeing some of you in school, and I hope those of you who are home learning have a lovely day at home with your family. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye-bye and God bless.